Hello. How is everyone doing today? My name is ShariseJohnsonMoore, and I want to welcome you to Author's Excerpt Sunday. Author's Excerpt Sunday. Today's topic we are talking about why you should do interviews for your books. Okay? All authors. Okay? It doesn't matter what you write. It doesn't matter what you write, what you compose. You always should be doing interviews for your books. Okay? So I want to say my name is ShariseJohnsonMoore, and I am the owner of ShariseJohnsonMoore LLC, where I help entrepreneurs gain exposure through advertising, broadcasting, publishing, and marketing. And I want to say hello and welcome to Author's Excerpt Sunday. This show is created for the authors in mind that may be in the process of writing your book or that have already written your book. And these are some of the things that I love to help authors with when it comes to authorship. You know, when I first wrote my book, when I first wrote my book, Coming to Loving Yourself, I didn't know a thing. I didn't know nothing. That's right. I went on Bernie Mac on you. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything, right? And my thing was that by me being an avid researcher, I researched everything. I researched how to do the copyright. I researched how to do the, to upload and what was needed in the book and how to get a graphic artist designer to create my book cover and things of that nature, how things were placed in the book and, in formatting, as they call that. And it was not an easy task, but it got done because this book is here, okay? This book is here. Coming to Loving Yourself is here. It is here. It is here. It is here. It is here. And it is available on my website at ShariseJohnsonMoore, the website and contact information. My website and contact information is at the ticker table in the bottom of the screen. Okay. This book is so important for motivational. It's inspiring, it's invigorating, and it is a worthy read. It is a worthy read. It is available in paperback and in ebook. Okay. Now you can get the paperback from me, or you can go to Amazon or Goodreads or Barnes and Noble, right? Or you get it from me, you get it autographed. Okay. And the ebook is available on Kindle Unlimited for a short period of time for the next month or so. It's available on Kindle Unlimited, the ebook. And I would greatly appreciate your support if you went and read it. It is free to read when you put it on Kindle Unlimited. Okay. It is free to read, but the author also has the ability of getting paid from how many pages you read in the book. Okay. They get paid for how many pages you read in the book. Okay. So I would greatly appreciate your love and support for going to Kindle Unlimited and reading my book, Coming to Loving Yourself in an ebook form. Hey, if closed mouth don't get fed, and my grandma would always say, right? So let's get back to this at hand. So why authors should do interviews for their books, right? So I want to give you a list of 10 things why it is essential for you to do interviews for your books. Okay, let's go with number one. Let's go with this number one. Number one is exposure. Okay. I can't tell authors how valuable this is. Okay, how valuable this is. You know, when you do an interview, it provides you with opportunity to reach a wider audience, a wider audience, a wider audience, a wider. It increases your visibility for your book, right? And it allows you to connect with your audience, your potential readers, people that never heard of you before, never knew you wrote a book. You know, because this is one thing that I got a real understanding of. I can't just be in the circle I'm in. I can't just be in the circle I'm in. That means just the town, the city, the neighboring counties, whatever. I have to expand my reach. I had to expand my reach as an author, and I had to think outside of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Okay, so what it is that you never know. You never know who may want to read your books. You never know. Okay. So number two is promotion. Promotion. It helps you promote your book. It helps you it gives the discussion of the theme of the books, the characters in your book, how did your writing process, promotion. When you could tell, you could do a live, or you could do your interview, and you sit down and you explain to people why you wrote the book, what made you write the book, what thought process did you use while writing the book. So many things, and and there's nothing wrong with gaining exposure for your books. Nothing wrong with doing interviews and doing lives. You could, we could post about, I see a lot of authors doing this promotion, this follow for follow and all this other stuff, but I don't see nobody doing no interviews. I might see here, there, and some people, they got different programs where they interview authors and things like that. Yeah. But come on, you got to do it for yourself, whether you're a traditional author or self-published author. Okay, so number three will be author-reader connection. Someone sees your interview and they be like, "Ooh, that sounds just like me. Ooh, that book sounds interesting. Oh, I like to read that. Let me check that out." And when or you could get a connection through your readers where you start collecting email addresses. Okay. You can collect email addresses. It'd be good for lead you more opportunities and loyal readership. Okay. When you participate in interviews, it could lead you to a build up of, say, somebody, they've seen you an interview and they want you to come speak at their book club. Their book club, or they want you to come speak at their function, like a women's conference or something like that. And it is a very much so understandable that, hey, everything is an opportunity when you do an interview. Everything leads. It leads. Opportunity. You got to think of this word. You got to think of this word of opportunity. And number four is building author brand. You're building building your personal brand, building your stuff, your thing, your everybody's unique. Everyone is unique to their book. And some say my book is essential for women that have maybe dealt with fatherlessness, motherlessness, trauma in your life, not feeling good enough, not feeling not feeling worthy of love, looking for love in all the wrong places, not knowing yourself, lost in the sauce. My book is geared towards that audience where I want to help you come from out of not loving yourself to loving everything that you do, say, and how you are on the inside and out. So that is what I do with my book. And I try to, I love helping other women. I love helping other women to change their mindsets. And number 5 is generating buzz and word of mouth. Okay, say I'm sitting here with you, and someone else sees this video that don't know me from a can of paint, right? They don't know me from a can of paint. But by them watching my video, watching me do a live, do another interview, do other interviews and things like that, they get to see me like, oh wow, she's a new author. I never seen her before, never met her before. Let me go ahead and check out her book. Or I go to a function and I don't know this person is an author, and the person comes introduce me, introduce themselves to me and say, oh, my name is Mary Jane, and I wrote this book called Love in Today's Society. I'm just giving you an example. And they'd be like, okay, well, what's the book about? Then they start explaining, and it's word of mouth. Or they say, hey, have you read this book? Well, that's where it comes in, where you have art readers or book reviewers. Word of mouth. They've read your book, or you sent them advanced reader copies. ARC stands for advanced reader copies. And you send them out to different people. And you send them out to different people to read and give reviews on them. Okay. Media coverage. Okay, say you want to go on, say you get an interview, you want to go on media outlets, newspapers, magazines. I've done that before, where I've put myself out there in a magazine and talked about my book and things like that. And or it's called media coverage, right? So media coverage attracts attention from various media outlets such as the newspaper, magazines, podcasts, radio, and blogs, things of that nature. Significant boost to authors' visibility, reaching a wider audience and potentially opening doors for new opportunities, right? So we want to take in everything, and like I said, closed mouth don't get fed. Closed mouth don't get fed. And you have to tell people, about what you've done, insightful feedback. Like I said, when you get in an interview, the person can ask you the questions that are very important for the audience to really get into what this book is about. And it provides the author with variable feedback, different perspectives on their work. One time I'll tell you this story. When I first put this book out was 2017, right? I didn't know who I was gonna sell it to. I didn't know who I was gonna sell it to. I did not have a niche. I didn't have all that put into what I was gonna do with the book after I published it, right? So I was in this choir, right? And I went to the choir director, told her about the book, and she said, "Oh, you wrote a book? Okay, well, tell everybody, what it is, that, I want you to get up and you talk about your book." And I didn't have anything put together about the book. So I came up with, this pitch. I came up with this pitch that Coming to Loving Yourself is a book about a journey from birth up until age 40, where I understand, I rediscover myself. I rediscover, I rediscover things in my life that I can improve on, and what made me change, what made me write the book, and what is the purpose of the book. It is to help women to rediscover themselves. I could do so many things with that, and I had this one lady, she bought a book in the choir, and she wrote me a letter. She wrote me a letter. She said, I have this for you and I want you to read it. No. So this what happened. So one lady said, oh, I loved your story. She came to me after choir. She said, I finished your book and I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of what you've done. The other lady, she ordered a book. I sent it to her house. She mailed me a letter back and said, I started her on her writing journey from what I had wrote. She started writing a journal and she started writing things. And I was like, really? I got the impact like that? I didn't realize my own worth at the time of what impact I was bestowing on other women in this choir. I didn't know. I didn't know. They said a whole lot of stuff in this book I wouldn't have told nobody. I've experienced some of the stuff you went through, but I just I can't tell nobody. But I'm so proud of you for telling your story of what you experienced. So that's what it gave me that. And then I also get emails and things about when I, my book and stuff like that, and I get reviews. Okay. So, and then it says network opportunities. Ding. Okay, this is what I say this. When you write a book, try to go to events. When you write your book, go to different events. Connect with other professionals in the literary world. You connect with other people that write, journalists, bloggers, fellow authors, build a relationship with individuals, collaborations. Okay, so my book has led me to being with another lady. Her name is Ardenae Garner. And Ardenae Garner has wrote an anthology book, which I'm going to be in her third anthology book, which comes out in April. So that my book led me to collaborate with her, but she has an anthology with 20 other authors in the book. And it has led me to have a connection with her group of women. It's called Resilient Black Women Stand Up Volume 3. Okay. Ardenae Garner. Remember that name, Ardenae Garner. Resilient Black Women Stand Up Volume 3, right? And comes out in April. So it led me to a lot of collaborations. It's led me to other potential authors that want to write their book. It's like, how did you do it? And how did you, what process did you go through? And how did you publish it? And how did you do this? And okay, and it leads to more opportunities, especially with others that want to write their books. And then they come asking you questions like, okay, well, how did you find a graphic arts designer, and how did you things of that nature. Networking can lead to relationships, collaboration, guest appearances, and future exposure for your work. Okay, which is I have an event to go to in April. I have an event and a book launch in 1 month. Okay. I don't know, that's how it is. That's how I have a function to go to in Birmingham, Alabama, with a young lady. Her name is Kay Rashay. She's been on Facebook and Instagram, and I think on TikTok. And she puts this event together called Behind the Ink once a year. And this is the year I'm going. I want to go last year, but finances won't happen. This year, I made it a purpose. I saved up my money. For the attend this event for this year. You may not have the money, but what you want to, what I'll say this to all authors. You don't have the money right now, but it's called save up. So you can do those vendors events out of town, or you could do those vendors events in other states, or you could go to different appearances at different events, with that kind of saving up that money. You can take that trip. Now, I've never been to Birmingham, Alabama before. I've been to Tuskegee, Alabama, but never Birmingham, right? And the thing is that This year, I'm traveling a little bit more this year. I'm traveling a little bit more, and it's going to be my business. My business needs this exposure. Okay. So, number 9 is personal growth. Personal growth, right? Engage in interviews challenges the author to articulate their thoughts and ideas consciously. Okay, consciously. It hones their communication skills, boosts their confidence, and helps them develop a stronger understanding of their own work. Interviews are essential for your own growth. As from you may not even know how to conduct an interview. So I also help authors with that. We go through a mock interview. We go through a mock interview, and I asked them the question just like they was having an actual interview, and then I would critique them, or not critique them, but give them positive feedback on what they need to correct. I give them positive feedback on the things that they can correct, so they don't make those mistakes. It's good to get you a coach. It's good to get you a coach. I've ran across a lot of authors. They say, I don't have no author coach. I just wrote these books, but I don't know what to do with them afterwards. Okay, come on in, because I'm available for that service of consultations where we can do, where it says I'm published, now what? I'm published, now what I do? And I have a course coming out soon for that. It's called I'm Published, Now What? And I will be, launching that concept, that idea soon, where I want to help authors with the process after they have written a book. Because a lot of self-published authors, they getting these coaches, and they're not telling them stuff. They just getting their money, they post their book, and then going out their way, going out the door. Next client, next customer, it's like Walmart. You get in line, buy these items next, and I don't treat people like that. Number 10 is sales boost. Boosting your sales. Ultimately, like interviews can lead to increased book sales. Obviously, that's what you want, right? You want to sell your book. So you go and interview, okay, all right, okay. I never know who might be watching this. Never know who might be, because I get a lot of replays on my YouTube page. Because everybody likes to go to YouTube to watch the videos, right? And so that's why, I kind of, Author's Excerpt Sunday was created out of my own need, because I didn't see anybody do. I saw them, but they were high as Cootie Brown to be interviewed. Ooh, I seen somebody charge $1,200 for an interview. I was like, ouch. What do I get with that? What do I get with that? And I seen one for $600, and I was like, wait a minute, I ain't talking about for 15 minutes and you want $600. Well, that's a breeze in and out. I was like, but that's why I created this show, Author's Excerpt Sunday. And when I first initially, it increased the book sales. Effective communication, the value, uniqueness of writing authors can attract more readers, potential buyers, and resulting in higher sales and a greater success. When you do interviews, everybody is looking, paying attention. Okay. And like I said, I created Author's Excerpt Sunday out of my own need, because I didn't want to pay those outrageous. I didn't want to pay those prices for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and when I created this show, I was doing it for free, right? I was doing it. Like I said, was. And then it became something that I realized that I got to figure out a way to pay these bills. Okay, I got to pay StreamYard. I got to pay, it goes into that concept. But my thing is that I've gradually come to understand that authors need exposure. And authors, do not be afraid to pay for an interview if it is within your price range. Y'all pay for hair, you pay for to go get suits, you pay to get new shoes, you pay, you buy these bags, you're spending money all on the apps and everything. Amazon getting all your money, whatever. But you got to learn how to invest in yourself as an author. Invest in something that you wrote. Invest in something that you want to have the understanding of, that it is important that you do this for yourself. Because if you don't, ain't nobody else will. Won't nobody else do that, right? So I want to, give you all those 10 lesser things of why you should do an interview for your books, right? So my thing is that Author's Excerpt Sunday is here for you. Okay? Author Excerpt Sunday is here for you. If you would like to get in contact with us, it is in the ticker table at the bottom of your screen. You can reach out to the email. You can reach out to the website. You can also find the information for appearing on this show on the website. It is entitled Author's Excerpt Sunday on the website. ShariseJohnsonMoore.com is the website address. If you want to join the email address, you go to the contact that's above their contact section, and you fill out the application. You can fill out the the email, the form for the sign up for the email and the newsletter. It's the same form for the email newsletter. Okay, so I don't take you all over the place on my website. I take you right to where it need to go, right? So if you would like to be a guest on Author's Excerpt Sunday, please reach out to me through my email, snjmoore@ShariseJohnsonMoore.com, or through my website, ShariseJohnsonMoore.com. And I greatly appreciate everybody's love and support for this broadcast. If you missed this broadcast, you missed the broadcast, you can go over to Spotify and listen to the podcast. Sharise Johnson Moore's podcast is available on Spotify, Apple, and Google, and 8 other distribution channels as well, with iHeartRadio, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Verbal, Amazon Music, Audible, and just to name a few. So I love you all. I greatly appreciate you. And if you are in need of guidance with your literary work, holler, okay? I have available spots open for we can sit down and talk one-on-one about your needs in publishing and advertising and marketing. So I want to let you know that I'm here for you, okay? I'm here for you. My name is Sharise Johnson Moore, and I greatly appreciate you coming into the space to be, the place to be, Author's Excerpt Sunday. Come on, authors, tell us about your book. Let's tell the world about your book and what it means to you and how it can benefit others, okay? All right, I love you so much. I do. And I want you to have a blessed day. Bye, babies.